Wagwan guys, Jamo TV HD. We out here with the Asus ROG Phone 2. 1 week later, I've literally been using this day in, day out as my daily driver, and there's been a couple of positives and, very surprisingly to me myself, a couple of negatives that I've experienced with this phone that I thought I just want to explain to people before you guys go out and purchase the phone yourself, and also how you can kind of get around some of the negatives or try and look past them kind of thing. The version of the phone that we have here is the ZS660KL version, Snapdragon 855 Plus, 12 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of onboard storage. Now those are quite clearly flagship specs, but first of all I just want to go into some of the minor setbacks I've had with this phone. Now the first thing I realized I really didn't like about this phone was the under-screen fingerprint scanner, and it was the same situation with the OnePlus 7 Pro. I don't think the under-screen fingerprint technology has got to the place where it's consistent enough for everyday use, and really I feel personally like it's 6 out of 10 times I will get into my phone, the other 4 times it's just stress and I'm just like, why is this fingerprint scanner so dead? Then you've got the fact that there's no wireless charging, no waterproofing, and the phone is quite heavy. Now I can forgive the heaviness because I did have the Huawei Mate 20X before, which was a 7-inch display, but this phone is even heavier than that, but I don't mind trading heaviness for the extra battery that it has. I've had a bit of internet connectivity issues with this phone, and that could have been because of Vodafone and my, internet provider at home being completely rubbish. But I've noticed that, a few apps would take very long to load or just wouldn't load at all. And that might even be because of some of the app compatibility issues that I've been running into. Fitbit and Barclaycard are just 2 apps that I use all the time. And I've noticed that, I've had a lot of crashes with those apps and the app just closing down for no reason. I'm not sure why this is. And I'm not sure whether Asus will fix anything like that, because obviously they're quite a big company. They're not too much of a smartphone people kind of thing, such as OnePlus, where you can obviously go onto the OnePlus forums and tell them, look, this is an issue, and they might sort it out within the next update. Also with this phone, I'm having a bit of issues printing with my HP NV5000 printer. I've never had that issue with any other phone. Literally, any other Android phone I've had in the past has just worked straight away with the printer as soon as it was connected to my Wi-Fi network. This phone is giving me issues and I've still not been able to sort them out yet. So I'm not sure what that is, and even a factory reset didn't help solve that problem. My next issue is the charging. Now hats off to Asus for actually putting in the Qualcomm Quick Charge 4.0 fast charger inside the box. That charger is sick, and I don't know how it charges a 6,000 milliamp battery in under like an hour and a half kind of thing. But the only issue is if you use any other charger other than the one that was included in the box, you are in for a very long wait, especially with the battery being 6,000 milliamps. And it's got to the point with me where I don't even bother to try and charge it with any other battery charger than the one that come with the phone, and it's kind of annoying. So I've got lots of other chargers that I just can't use right now. And then there's the camera. In still mode, I just don't know it. I feel like the resolution is there, the quality of the picture is there, but the saturation, the dynamic range, and just little things like during a video recording, you can't switch from the standard camera to the wide angle lens. And the selfie is just bog standard, to be honest. Not that I really care, but yeah, that's what I'm saying about the selfie camera. And that's it really for the negatives. Like, I've really gone fishing for the negatives there, but those are a couple of things that I literally wrote down day to day as I was using the phone. And I was like, right, this is annoying me with the phone, and this is annoying me with the phone. But now we'll move over to the positives, things that I liked. Now, the first thing I actually noticed that I really liked with this phone, funny enough, is the vibration motor. Like, I don't really usually care about vibration motors. My last phone was the Honor 20 Pro, and you know, the vibration motor was okay. But this vibration motor is kind of similar to what you would get in the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. Like, it's really precise. You can literally feel each vibration kind of thing. It's really hard to explain, but if you've used the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons or Pro Controller, you'll know what I mean. The next thing after that was the high refresh rate screen, which is defaulted to 60 frames per second when you first get the phone. And it goes from 90 Hz to 120 Hz. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I do not see the difference between the 90 Hz and the 120 Hz. And not a lot of games support the 120 Hz or even the 90 Hz in the first place. So I keep it on 90 Hz because, you know, hopefully it will save more battery. But then again, saying that, I don't really see much battery drain difference between the 90 Hz and the 60 Hz. So yeah, that's all cool. The screen brightness is very loud as well, fam. Like, fam, pure sunlight, you can see the screen outside. And this is coming from me having the Razer Phone 1, which had a ridiculously low brightness screen and it was impossible to see outside. And I think it was to do with the whole 120 Hz thing being done on a phone for the first time. But yeah, this screen, you can see it outside. Don't worry about it. And you know, talking about the hardware again, the speakers, I don't understand. I feel like these are the loudest speakers I've ever heard in any smartphone, and that's coming from the HTM7, HTM8 with the boom sound, you know what I'm talking about. Even the Razer phone speakers that were front firing, they were legit, but this is the loudest thing I have ever heard on a smartphone, and it can get even louder if you put it into this outdoor mode where it kind of gets rid of the full range sound and just makes it extremely loud. So yeah, speakers are very dope. And the video camera is a lot stronger than the actual still camera on this thing. You can get 1080, 60 frames per second, you can get 4K, 60 frames per second, and you can get video in the wide angle lens mode. So that's all cool. Headphone jack, 2 USB-C ports, one at the side of the phone. So when you're holding the phone, you can charge it without it being uncomfortable that the wire is poking out the side of your right hand. The RGB light is very cool on the back as well. And I didn't realize until now that you can actually set the RGB light for specific notifications. So it will show a blue light for Twitter and a green light for things like WhatsApp and stuff like that. One of the things that really shocked me about this phone, and I say shocked me because I thought it was a complete gimmick and waste of time, were the air triggers. Like, I've actually been playing more games because of the convenience the air triggers provide when playing those games kind of thing, like Call of Duty, what's it called, Fortnite, all them things there is cool with the air triggers. And last but not least, it's the 6000 milliamp battery. And guys, it is exactly what you think it is. 90 Hz screen, everything on, everything syncing, everything on in the background, 90 Hz modes, minimum of 7.5 hours. I've never been able to touch any less than that. And that's going up to 9 hours of on-screen time. Good night.